Some people only know him as the youngest goal scorer ever for Bayern Munich, but to others, he is Jamal Musiala, a German wonder kid who equally does magical things off the pitch. Let's uncover his bizarre lifestyle, astonishing net worth, and unheard stories about his mixed ethnicity. This is Jamal Musiala's lifestyle. Jamal Musiala was born on the 26th of February 2003 in Stuttgart, Germany to a British Nigerian father of Yoruba ethnicity and a German mother with Polish roots. His father, Daniel Richard, was a former footballer who played in his home country, Nigeria, before moving to Germany, while his mum, Carolyn, is a sociologist with a degree from the University of Southampton, England. Musiala was raised in Fulda, a central German city just northeast of Frankfurt, alongside his two younger siblings, his sister Letitia and his brother Jarrell. Having a father who played football made it easy for Jamal to pick up the sport as a kid, and when he was 5, Musiala was already playing at the TSV Lennart's Academy in Germany. Richard always accompanied his son to training sessions and was his biggest cheerleader. However, his family moved to England when he was 7 as a result of his mother's studies. Jamal received primary and secondary education in London while training with Southampton at first and later Chelsea's youth academy after initial struggles with finding a club in his new home city. Having made his way to the Blues Academy through the sheer persistence and never-say-die attitude of his father, Musiala rose through the ranks at Chelsea from 2011 to 2019. After 8 good years at the Blues Academy, he left for Bayern Munich at the age of 16 on a free transfer, and less than a year later, he made his professional debut for the Bavarians, becoming the youngest player to play a match for Bayern in the Bundesliga at 17 years and 115 days. Although Musiala was a bit part player for some time, he eventually had his first team breakthrough in the 2020-21 season and signed his first professional contract at Bayern Munich last year. At 19 years of age, Musiala has already made over a century of appearances for the Bavarians and has won some of the most important trophies such as Bundesliga titles, the UEFA Champions League, and the UEFA Super Cup. At the international level, having been eligible to represent Nigeria, Germany, and England, Musiala opted to play for England at the youth level, but in February 2021, he announced that he had decided to represent his birth nation Germany at the senior level, thanks to German coach Joachim Löw and his Bayern teammates who played their part in convincing him. The versatile Musiala, who plays on both wings and at all positions on the midfield, already has 20 caps for Germany and was prominent at the just concluded FIFA World Cup. But what goes on behind the closet with his personal life? Generally, footballers have a widely skewed distribution when it comes to having kids. Some have kids pretty early as teenagers or in their early 20s, while others wait longer. Jamal has no kids and isn't even dating anyone despite his cute looks and attractive nature. Although he's a bit private with his personal life, we are quite sure that he has no records of a past relationship or is intimately involved with anyone at the moment, and that is understandable. Still a teenager, he might have been advised to put his career first for now, and his lifestyle seems to confirm such a suggestion. Footballers are synonymous with jet-set lifestyles and luxury cars. But with Musiala, it is more like a high school student who is still dependent on his family. Musiala's dad manages his football career. A typical day in Musiala's life involves his mom dropping him off at the gates of Bayern's Sabener Strasse training facility in her Volkswagen Polo, after which he trains with the team. Musiala then probably does some strength training with the workaholic Kimmich and his close pals at the club before returning home. He's not one of those footballers known to party or stay out late. His lifestyle is that simple, and the same goes for his properties. Still 19 years old and with his whole career ahead of him, Musiala doesn't have the same cars, houses, and properties as other more established players do, but considering he just signed a mega deal with Bayern Munich last year, that is set to change soon. But also, it is worth noting that the German midfielder doesn't really like the flashy stuff. He is the kind of rich dude who prefers to live below his means. That being said, here's what we know about his properties. Despite already achieving millionaire status as a teenager, Musiala has remained humble. He still lives in his parents' house with his parents, brother, and sister in Munich, having called England home for about a decade before his move back to Germany. This is quite rare for teenagers of his status. However, we can imagine that he won't be there for much longer. The time may come when he'll need to buy or rent a house and live on his own. Before he turned 18 and got his driving license, Musiala used to be driven to training by his enterprising mom in her Volkswagen, and the teenager made it a point of duty to thank his mom each time she dropped him off. However, since getting his license with an all-black 2020 Audi by his team, we have seen pictures of the Audi on several occasions. Before getting his ride, he was once asked about his dream car. The teenager's response was shocking. He said that he would be happy to drive anything as long as it worked and had a functioning stereo. When it comes to tattoos, your guess is as good as mine. Jamal Musiala has no tattoos, and judging by his personality and background, we wouldn't be too surprised if things remain that way. Thanks to his exceptional talent, Jamal has already become a millionaire. He signed a mega contract with the Bavarians last year, and as one of the hottest football prospects, his net worth may take exponential leaps. His current net worth is estimated to be $1.5 million as of last year, with most of it coming from his salary. Musiala earns over £100,000 weekly at Bayern in a contract that is set to last until 2026. And in his short stint as a professional footballer, he has received endorsement deals from major brands such as EA Sports, FIFA, and Nike. It is only a matter of time before more brands come. Musiala's social media presence is also growing like wildfire. He already has over 2 million followers on his Instagram alone, and he'll surely be earning some money from social media sponsored posts as well. Fortunately for Musiala, he has been able to stay away from controversy so far, and we hope that things remain that way. Although we know that when he was still undecided about the country to represent, there were lots of rumors about his commitment to his birth nation and the one he grew up in, but other than that, the footballer's life has been trouble-free. One of the things that have stood out about Jamal is his willingness to get involved in charity work. He has a section of his Instagram dedicated to charity work. In one of his posts, he tagged @CentralCityYouth and made an entire video dedicated to his English roots, where he recalled being helped by the system and hopes to do the same for kids out there. It's nice to see that Musiala has a heart of gold. Musiala got his affectionate nickname Bambi from his teammate Leroy Sane because of his lanky frame. But with the workaholic Kimmich always by his side, Musiala has made it a point to do extra training in the weight room. And for those wondering if he is Muslim or Christian, the German midfielder is Christian. Although Jamal is an Arabic masculine name used by more Muslims, many Christians have been known to also bear that name. Another interesting fact about Jamal Musiala is that while he was a kid, he was always seen cheering for goals scored by the opposition and his coach. Milankovsky had to be burned with the task of sending back to Germany again. The magical Musiala has endeared fans to himself, not just because of his exploits on the pitch, but also because of his astonishing and mature lifestyle at such a young age. Musiala surely has his hardworking and committed parents to thank for navigating all the challenges they had to get him where he is today.